Hello, Mr. Cooper. Welcome. How you doing?
How you guys doing? Yeah, I'm doing great. You guys look great.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I will. I mean, the beard. I didn't quite see
I know. I've got no show to go to now, so
I know. How many guys? How many guys? Be honest. They're wearing pants right now.
I got sweatpants on. I haven't worn pants in I don't know since this whole thing started. Why bother? I can't fit my pants, so that's a problem.
We're doing this show and kind of skipping from town to town right now, and of course this week is Detroit, where you grew up. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I had asthma when I was a kid, and so I left there when I was 10 and moved to Arizona because that was the only place that was gonna I was gonna get healthy, and that's where the band started. Actually, was in high school in Arizona. Then, of course, we moved to LA, where that's where everybody was. And we thought we were the best band in town until we got there and realized that there was 10,000 other bands who were the best band in their town.
That's when you were just the Spiders.
Right?
Still.
We were the Spiders. Then we became the Nas, and then we understood that Todd Rundgren had the Nas. And so we went the other way. Everybody, we said, let's cut it with the name, that's really going to shock people. And the Husky Baby Sandwich or something like that, And I said, let's go the other way. I said, what if we were sounded like some little old lady that made cookies for people, but there's bodies buried in the basement, Alice Cooper, and that's the name. Alice Cooper just came out of nowhere, and it just really
sounds like a Victorian serial killer.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Sound arsenic and old lace,
Yeah. So the Ouija board story is not true at all, right?
No.
Okay, that's from the
somebody did come up with that though. One of our guys that worked with us said he and his mom sat down at the Ouija board and they said, "Who is Alice Cooper?" and it spelled out Vincent Fournier. And I went, "Yeah, right." But it was a better story than it was a better story than my story. So we went with it. Frank Zappa used to tell us. He says, whatever they say, don't deny it. Just go with it.
Yeah, good. That's a good idea.
So you were actually I think you were like the first or second band signed by Zappa, right, to his label, right?
Captain Beefheart.
Captain Beefheart.
Captain Beefheart.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Frank didn't know what to do with us because, we showed up at 7 a.m. at the log cabin and started rehearsing there. And he said, "I meant 7 tonight." And
he 7 rock and roll time is what he meant.
We were doing like songs for Pretties for You, which were like every song was 2 minutes long with 38 changes in it, and he sat there and he looked at it and he goes, "I don't get it." And I went, "Well, is that good or bad?" And he goes, "Oh no, it's good. Anytime Frank Zappa says I don't get it, he said, I'm going to sign you because I don't get it. He said, "Where are you guys from? San Francisco?" And I said, "No, we're from Phoenix." And he goes, "Okay, now I really don't get it." But then we were, our band, we were Yardbirds. We were the Yardbirds band. That was Yardbirds, Paul Butterfield. Those were the bands that we learned how to play from. Is the Kinks and those bands. And then we just added, a little bit of West Side Story and a little bit of Bela Lugosi and and vaudeville to it. And it ended up being Alice Cooper.
Wow. And at some point, you did move back to Detroit, right?
Oh, Detroit was, when they kicked us out of L.A., we opened for the Doors for a while. And we opened for, the Mothers. And when we played our own shows, people used to come just so they could say they left, in the middle of our show. So, because we weren't Buffalo Springfield and we weren't Love and we weren't any of those bands.
Right.
And every city, just like, we were notorious already. So when we moved, we said the very first place that gives us a standing ovation, we're going to move to. We ended up playing a place called Saugatuck Pop Festival. I'd never heard of Iggy and the Stooges. I'd never heard of the MC5. I'd never heard of any of these bands. And we got up and we played right after them in Detroit. And they loved us because, and then they found out they found out it was from Detroit. And so then I was really the lost son, You
got to follow MC5 and Iggy?
Yeah. But I think that when I saw Iggy, I went, uh-oh, I got competition. because I thought I was the most outrageous. And then I saw him and I went, what the hell is that? It was so cool. The band was just so minimal, but they were great. And he was like a show unto himself, you know. I mean, picture Iggy at like, 19 or 20, full Iggy. It was pretty great. And our show was now very theatrical, but we were hard rock. I mean, if we would not have been hard rock, Detroit hated you if you weren't hard rock. I mean, Seals and Croft would have got burned at the stake there, but we would play shows at the East Town, which was a great rock dungeon, and it would be the MC5, the Stooges, Alice Cooper, and the Who. Wow. Because those bands didn't play arenas then; they played clubs. And the next week would be the Kinks, and the next week would be I mean, how great is that to be playing with those bands?
Amazing.
But Detroit was the hard rock capital. I mean, that was the hard rock capital of the world.
They do everything hard in Detroit.
Everything,
pretty much.
Yeah.
Everything is the hard way.
I mean that in the comp, like their hip hop's hard there. It's a real hard, edgy, industrial town.
It's because the kids are real. Their parents really do work in the factories. They actually do have long, stringy, greasy hair, and they do wear black leather jackets and Levi's and boots. That's not what they wear to the show. That's what they wear every day. And the cool thing about the Detroit sound was this: back in those days, we would play every single weekend with, Bob Seger, Ted Nugent, all young bands that were just starting, and all hard rock bands. And you'd look down in the audience and there would be Stevie Wonder, and there'd be the guys from the Miracles and the Temptations. They loved the hard rock. And then when they were playing, we would go see them, downtown at the Rooster Tail, places like that. The music scene in Detroit was so connected that we didn't see black and white. It was just music. Wow. The rock and roll and Motown were connected, and there was no difference. It was just good music.
That's amazing, actually. You think about that.
It was very cool. Yeah. During the riots, any guy with long hair in a band could go to any black bar downtown and be totally accepted, because we weren't the enemy. We were musicians, and we were players. We were brothers, and the MC5 took it a little far with the White Panthers, but
wow, that is cool. I mean, that's very unique. I think I don't think any other.
Yeah,
town,
it really was. Yeah. If you were from Detroit, you were totally accepted. That was the whole deal. You were a hard rock band.
Wow. I've always been proud of the fact that we in the music world certainly integrated long before society did. That's for sure. I mean, we're still working on it in society. Let's face it. But music in the music world, we were always brothers and sisters right away.
Oh, absolutely. If you go to an airport, Steve, and you guys all travel, when you're on tour, and you run into a band that you've never met before, you're brothers, because the fact you stayed in the same hotels, you played the same gigs, you played with the same promoters, you were in the same world as they were. So it's almost like you didn't have to meet them. You know them. You know who they are.
True. Yeah, it's been nice. There have to be some advantages to being a freak, misfit, and outcast. We have to have something good has to happen for us.
When you meet
Detroit was the outcast city. I mean, Detroit was they were the butt of every joke. Now, Drew, Cleveland, right?
Yeah, I know all about that.
Cleveland being the butt of the joke, and so Detroit, was the same thing. So if you really look at it, the two rock and roll capitals of the world were the butt of every joke.
Yeah, whenever I meet people from Detroit in the Price is Right audience, I always say, let's make it feel at home. Let's punch the person next to you. Yeah. Now, when you would meet these other bands at the airport or something, even local bands, was there any bands or musicians like obviously Stevie Wonder, people like that, but is there somebody you just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm an artist with this person, this band in this town, somebody you really looked up to and admired and wanted to be like in your circle?
Yeah. I mean, when you meet Jeff Beck, when you meet the guys that are the guitar gunslingers, those are the guys that you grew up. Actually, when we were in the Spiders in Phoenix, we opened for the Yardbirds.
Wow.
We were all 16, 17 years old, and we opened in a club for the Yardbirds. And unfortunately, we did all Yardbird songs for the Yardbirds.
Wow.
And the cool thing was that they were back there giving us the thumbs up. They were going, yeah, good version. Yeah, like that. Then they got on stage and blew us off the stage. Because it was the Yardbirds, the real Yardbirds with Jeff Beck. And I think Jimmy Page was playing bass. Yeah.
Wow. That only happened for a few gigs. So you might have caught one of the lucky gigs when they were both in the band.
Yeah, that's true.
Because soon after that, probably, I wonder if yours was the last gig, because soon after that, Jeff split and split to LA to be with his girlfriend, from the Beach movies.
Well, here's the deal, though. When you're talking about guys that are impressive, they're doing Train Kept a Rollin' or something like that. And Jeff Beck's got this Telecaster. It looks like it's been dragged behind the bus, forever. It just beat to hell, but it sounds amazing. He's playing through a Super Beetle. He's got the guitar at the end of the fretboard and drops it. But while he's dropping it, he's doing triplets and catches it at the end. We're speeding back, and we all went, wow, what? What? Nobody can do that. It was one of those great moments in rock that you could never, they were the Yardbirds.
The latest it was an EP, I think, right, Vince? It was like kind of dedicated to Detroit. We were playing on my radio show. What was it called?
Yeah, I hear it all the time. By the way, I listen to your show all the time. That's the mainstay on my radio. And Terraplane.
Okay. Oh, that's the best song.
That song.
I said that over and over on my show. I'm not kissing your ass. That song is amazing.
No, I'm telling you, I play it on my show all the time, because I just go, this is just pure rocks. This thing
I called it the kitchen sink songs. It had everything in it.
Everything in it.
Oh, thank you, boy. Thank you.
You want this? We got that.
But it's what it's this kind of rock I listen to. That's what I love. But anyways, it's I listen to your show because we have the same musical taste, Steven, and so do you, Drew. I listen to what you guys are playing, and I go, geez, that's exactly what I'd play. Procol Harum, Laura Nyro. I don't get to play any Laura Nyro, but bands like that are the new album is called Detroit Stories, and it's all about Detroit, recorded in Detroit. Wayne Kramer on guitar,
Wayne's going to be on today.
All the guys, Mitch Ryder guys, all these guys, and we used all Detroit players. We wrote songs with all Detroit guys. We recorded it in Royal Oak, and it's all about Detroit. It's Detroit Stories. But the Breadcrumbs was an EP it was breadcrumbs leading to the album.
Oh, okay.
So, yes, Ezrin said, let's call it Breadcrumbs. I went, yeah, good idea.
and the album is out when's the album out?
It's coming out pretty soon. Next couple of months. Everything's on hold like everything else. But I think put the album out now. I want to do a flatbed truck in Detroit. Is what I want to do. I want to go out and do a flatbed truck and just drive through downtown Woodward. And do the song.
Might as well. I think you should release it because people need music at home nowadays. I mean, everybody's just like iTunes on constantly anymore, just for company.
Yeah.
Since you've been performing for so long and have so many hits, is there a song when you're on stage performing before a show or whatever? Is there a song that you can't wait to get to, even though you've played it 1,000, 100,000 times? Where you just, oh my God, my favorite song. I can't wait to see the reaction. Any songs like that really, of your whole catalog, you can't wait to get to? Sorry, my glasses are fogging.
I really believe that every band has one song that they will always be connected to. The Stones, I think, Satisfaction will always be their song. The Who, My Generation will always be their song. School's Out will always be the Alice Cooper song because it's the international, it's still the international song. But what we do is we added the wall to the end of it. We don't need no education.
Oh, nice.
The two songs go like this. And then I realized Bob Ezrin produced both of them.
Oh,
and
wow,
so
that's right.
Nice.
Yeah, you can go da 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 da. We don't need no education. Da, da, da.
I'm recording my show tomorrow, so thanks for the tip.
they fit together like a glove, and that's the song that everybody goes crazy on. Of course,
this is a hell of a show tonight. We got the governor's coming on, and Wayne Kramer, who is on was on your breadcrumbs, and will be on Detroit Stories also, right? You did Sister Ann, right? You covered one of the MC5's Sister Ann, I think it was, right?
Oh yeah, that was such a rocker. That thing just cried out to be done. And I played a harp solo on it. A little Paul Butterfield on there. I mean, that's a kind of song. When I heard that, I went, we got to do this song right here. Because it just Detroit rock and roll. Now, the weird thing also about when you're playing with Detroit rockers, that R&B DNA is in the player. You can't get it out of him. You can find a kid. We found a kid in a bar and said, "Here, play guitar," and this kid just killed it. I don't even remember his name, but but in his guitar playing, it was that R&B feel. And same with Wayne Kramer, and same with Johnny B. I mean, those guys are like they're built. It's built into you if you're in Detroit. So it wasn't hard to fall into a little bit of R&B on this record. There's a song called $1,000 High Heel Shoes that's just pure R&B.
Wow, I can't wait to hear that. That's going to be great. Yeah. Well, great seeing you, man. We thank you for joining us as we celebrate the Detroit, this week.
What a thrill. Thank you.
Hey, I love what you're doing with the teachers. I love what you're doing with the TeachRock. That's, I said if I was president, the first thing I do is I would triple teachers' salaries and make it a prestige job so kids would look up to it. Exactly. I mean, I think that once it becomes a prestige job, then kids go, okay, I want to do that. But I love the idea of what you're doing.
Well, for us, it's all about integrating arts into the education process. This way, kids will stay interested because all the kids love the arts. They love music, and make them relax a little bit. Maybe they'll learn the rest of it. That's what we figure,
Oh, well, listen, we have a thing called Solid Rock here in Phoenix. The Solid Rock that I've been doing for 20 years. Any teenager can come in and learn any instrument or dance or art or whatever it is, all free. All they have to do is show up.
It also teaches you that you can complete something. I remember getting like lesson books when you were a kid, and you see the beginning is at the end is all these black notes. You're like, what the hell are these? And by the end, you're playing them, and you feel like a sense of accomplishment. You can do something, and that teaches you how to learn and keep track of things. It's great.
We have kids that are from the barrio, and we have kids from the most expensive part of Arizona, and they come in, and their common denominator is music. Who are you listening to? That you get there, and we have a room of guitars where the kids are learning guitar. We have a room of basses, room of drums. These kids over here playing piano. We have a recording studio where the other kids are learning how to use the studio. And these kids are putting bands together. Jordan Sparks, who won on American Idol, was from Solid Rock. She came out of Solid Rock when she was 15.
Because of the intertwining of R&B and rock and roll that you grew up with in Detroit, do you find that the kids that come in, do they bring in a little bit of hip hop or anything like that? Those elements into the music too?
Well, at the Rock, it's so funny because a lot of our kids are Latino, who have no idea who I am at all.
Probably better, right?
Yeah, it's great. They come in with their own attitudes, their own music, and everything, and we listen to it. We go, hey, everybody's welcome. It's a Christian nonprofit, and I said, I don't care if you're Taliban. If you're a teenager, you're welcome. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're what. If you're a teenager, you're welcome. That's the end of that story. Just come on in and learn. And nobody's getting beat over the head with the Bible. No, it's just a rock place where you come in and learn. And it's amazing to see them get addicted to something. I tell them, come in and find your talent. Some kids go, I play guitar, bass. All of a sudden they sit behind a set of drums and go, uh-oh. Oh, I love this. And the next thing you know, they're there every day at 3:00.
Wow.
Man.
Very cool, man.
It's cool.
Very cool.
Right.
Cool to watch it work. Yeah.
Yeah. We right before we closed down, we visited a partner school of ours, Orangethorpe in California, where they're teaching our curriculum from kindergarten through 6th grade. And it was just amazing to see the enthusiasm of these kids, integrating the arts into every single discipline, every single class. And they just were so enthusiastic, I'm like, man,
yeah.
it's nice to see it when it works, It can work. Education can work.
I remember when I went to school. Yeah, when I went to school, everybody was sarcastic about anything that any parent would bring in or any adult. We'd go, yeah, good idea. Yeah. And these kids come in and they go, no, tell us what to do. Tell us how to do this. And they can't wait to get on stage. We have an open mic night and they get up there and they can't wait to get up on stage no matter what they're doing. And I just go, this is amazing that these kids are so thirsty to perform.
Nice.
It's when I started doing stand-up, I would tell people, don't tell anybody that I would do this for free. I want to make sure I get paid.
Yeah.
I really feel like I do it for free.
Steven, I guarantee you, in your life, playing bars, you do it for free, right? I know we would. We just wanted to play 4 sets a night. Yeah.
No, it's not in the past tense with me. I just played for 3 years with a 14-piece band. Believe me, I'm still playing for free.
Great band, though. Great band.
Yeah, no, we love it. We love it. We love it. And we're very lucky. We are the luckiest generation, right, Vince? The luckiest generation.
Oh, man.
I mean,
yeah, we grew up at the right time. We got to meet all the right people. We got to learn from the Beatles. We got to learn from, I tell young bands, I want you to listen to Burt Bacharach. And they go, what? And I said, that's how a song is written. Now, write me an angry song. If you're angry, write a song. But listen to how this song is constructed. It's got a B section. It's got a chorus. It's got a verse.
Craft. It's all about craft. All right, man. Thank you, Vince. We're good to see you. Hopefully we'll see you in person sometime soon. I hope, we'll get back on the road.
I tell people that every band I know is like a racehorse at the starting gates. When 2021 comes along, it's going to be like open the gates and let everybody out.
I'll be in a club every night, I think.
Oh, yeah.
This is over.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Good to see you.
Thanks, man. Nice meeting you.
Good to see you.